Hello everybody, welcome to our final Reach Assembly of the year. Hope you're all well and had a good weekend, and by now you should all know your new classes for September, which is very exciting. We'll start with our phrase of the week. That's what it looks like, and then we'll get our wonderful Crew Cymraeg to let us know how it sounds.
This week's phrase of the week is Byddaf yn ofalus. That means be careful.
And we'll give you that one more time.
This week's phrase of the week is Byddaf yn ofalus. That means be careful.
Very big thank you to Crew Cymraeg, because every week they provide us with our phrase of the week, which is really, really helpful. So diolch, keep up that good work for me. Okay, so moving on now, let's have a little look at what we're thinking about today. Well, today I thought it would be really useful if we just recapped, not just this term's Reach curriculum, but actually the whole Reach curriculum and what we've learned through Reach throughout the year, because the whole purpose of our Reach curriculum is that all the teachers and the staff at St Andrews want you to be confident individuals that are ready for lifelong learning, okay? And it is fundamental in our learning, the Reach curriculum. It helps us to learn, it helps us to be good learners, and it helps us to be resilient. And this year, more than any year, we've had to be really resilient because of all the challenges that we faced, and you have faced those brilliantly. So let's have a look. We started the year off talking about the 6 principles of nurture. And although these aren't directly Reach, they actually feed into everything that is Reach, and they do cross into Reach. So all the staff at St Andrews think it's really important for our children to be safe and to be happy, and they work really hard to make sure that our classrooms are that way, are safe and happy places. And this year we've seen classrooms recreated that weren't originally in our St Andrews building but have been recreated elsewhere, and those 6 principles of nurture have really stood us in good stead, because that was a massive transition from one school to another, and so therefore we needed to support that transition, and all the staff were really conscious and really working hard to make sure they looked after you to make that transition as easy as possible. Lots of our learning, because we've had to do some learning online and some learning in the classroom. Teachers have really had to work hard to understand where we are and what we need to do for next steps, and we've got a brilliant staff there that are very skilled in that. So just so you know that we will work hard to understand what it is you know and what you've learned and what your next steps are. We also recognise that our behaviour communicates something, and if we think that the behaviour is showing us something, we will always look to find out what that is showing us and how we can help you to improve that and make you feel better. We've talked a lot about how we can use language and use words to explain how we're feeling and to communicate how we're feeling, and we've been open and honest and tried to help you and encourage you to do that in our everyday teaching. We've also talked quite a lot about the development of well-being and how we need to nurture each other for well-being, how we need to be kind and respectful, and how we need to give safe, secure routines to help you with your well-being and everyday classroom life. And of course, the classroom offering a safe base. So you know what to expect from the staff in your classroom. You know what to expect from the other children in your classroom, because we are very clear as a school how we expect you to behave and what we expect you to do day to day. So there are nurture principles, and we do those every single day, every single year, every single week, every single year. Okay, that is what we do, that is what we're about, and they underpin our whole Reach curriculum. So going into our Reach curriculum, we want all our pupils to be respectful, to be engaged, to be ambitious, confident, happy and healthy. And to enable that to happen, to make sure that that happens, We carry out this REACH curriculum, and this gives you the skills to help you to be this type of learner. And so that when you leave St Andrews, eventually, we will hopefully have supported you in becoming the best lifelong learners that we possibly can, and enabled you to be successful in whatever you do. So we're going to start, we started at the beginning of the year with REACH with R for respect, sorry. That was our first letter in our REACH, R for respect. So just a quick recap. Respect means that we're being very thoughtful and considerate of other people's feelings, which again links to that nurture, understanding other people. And it means behaving in a polite way towards others. And also, not only that we should respect others, but we also need to respect ourselves and think about what's good about us. And we've talked lots and lots about what's good about us and thinking about how we can look after ourselves throughout the REACH curriculum too. And these are some of the ways we can show respect. We can listen carefully to what others say. We can follow the school's rules that are there to keep us safe. We can say kind things, and we've seen lots of acts of kindness throughout the year. We can wait our turn and include others in our activities. Remember our manners, remember to greet someone and be polite. And I've seen this lots and lots around the buildings. Holding that door open for others is a really good sign of respect. And also remembering please and thank you. So that was R for respect. Then we went on to E for engagement, where we thought about how we need to engage and think about our learning in order for us to believe that we can get better at something. And this was a little bit about mindset and about how you think and you feel about your everyday learning. It's that willingness to have a go, okay, rather than thinking, oh no, I can't do that, so I'm not even going to try. So we talked a lot about growth mindset and what that meant, that we can do it. We talked about, and I think we probably, we did this during the lockdown period, didn't we? So we were trying to think about doing this at home as well, which was a little bit tricky. Managing those distractions around us, really important in the classroom when there's lots of other learners and lots going on. We talked about perseverance, that never ever giving up, keep working hard, keep driving, even when it becomes tricky, still having a go. We talked about the importance of asking questions to help you to understand things better. No question is a silly question. We say that as adults as well. It's always important to ask questions so that you fully understand everything that you need to be doing, and that's perfectly okay. And the importance of noticing, and noticing is important in learning, and it's also important for your well-being if you're concentrating and focusing on that one thing and noticing everything about it. So those were the things, the strategies that we talked about to help you stay engaged in your learning. The next one we talked about was being ambitious, and this was all about goals. So visualising your goals, thinking about you being brilliant and achieving those goals. And we talked a lot about it's okay to have a great big goal, but to get there, you probably need to put smaller ones into place first to enable you to achieve that big goal. So if you remember, we talked about maybe you wanted to play for a famous football team, but actually you need to do smaller things first, like get fit, train, eat healthy. And the same with musical instruments or anything else that you feel that you want to achieve. And you can achieve anything, St Andrews, as long as you set yourself those decent goals and you work hard to get them. The next one we talked about was confident, being a confident person. And this one we talked a lot about. First of all, we talked about what does confident mean. So again, this is about believing in yourself and believing in your ability to be successful. Okay, you've all got different abilities. You're all really good at some things, and the things that you're not so good at, you can learn to be good at by growing that brain and exercising that brain and practicing. And it's having confidence in yourself that you can do these things. And this was quite a long, good piece of part of the REACH curriculum, and we spent lots of time talking about emotions and how that can affect your behaviour and your levels of confidence. We talked about self-affirmation and how you can tell yourself all the things that you're good at and say all those really positive, good words and things that you're brilliant at. We talked about self-esteem and ways of making your self-esteem better, improving your self-esteem. And we talked about using positive thoughts and getting rid of those negative thoughts and exchanging them with positive thoughts. And we also talked about being assertive. Not being angry and aggressive, but being assertive, and how that can help us with our levels of confidence. I really hope that these things, you've really had a good think about these things and thought about them in your everyday lives. And all the things that we talk about in REACH, it's not just about doing them the week we talk about them, it's about them becoming part of who you are and how you behave in everyday school life and at home too. So the final one that we've talked about, which is the one we've just finished now, was being happy and also healthy. So H for happy and healthy, okay? And we've concentrated on what happiness is and what it feels like. And we've also then looked at different ways of being healthy. So physical health, washing hands, drinking water, exercising, eating healthy food. Important to talk about sleep. We didn't do a lot about that. I know you previously had with Mrs. Brown. We talked about your well-being, helping you to be happy and healthy, and focused a lot around connecting with friends, and the 5 ways of being, 5 ways to well-being. So lots and lots of things to think about there for healthy and happy, and I'm sure that you can think of a lot more too. So just a little reminder about being happy, because I think this is quite a nice note to finish on. Happiness is a feeling that comes over you when you know life is good and you can't help but smile. It's the odd opposite of sadness. And sometimes there are things in the world that make us sad and things that upset us in our lives. And that's okay, that's fine. Let's deal with those. Let's get over them. Let's move on. Remember, at St Andrews, you've got a safe and secure home where all the staff really care about you and are there to support you and to help you be happy and healthy and good learners, okay? That's our job, and you are safe with us. So I just want to bring this back now. We've talked about nurture, we've talked about all the different parts of the REACH curriculum, and of course the thing that underpins the whole of the REACH curriculum, the whole of the curriculum within school, your everyday teaching, and we've talked about these a lot with your teachers in class. These are the 4 purposes. You'll know the 4 purposes and you'll know the words, and you'll know when you're learning these 4 purposes, you're learning to be these, you're learning to realise these 4 purposes, and this is what you need to be, okay? And what you'll see in the 4 purposes, you'll see lots of the words that we use in our REACH curriculum. So you can see there, ambitious is there straight away. We've got confident there, we've got healthy. And as you go through the breakdown of the purposes, you'll see the other words as well, because it all links together, St Andrews, and it's what we want for you as a school, okay? So just remembering in September when you come back, just picking up those links between REACH, the 4 purposes, and how nurture can help you to be a really good learner and a happy person at St Andrews. Okay, let's just have a little minute of reflection now. There's a lot of information there. That was just an overview. I want you to think about now what you've achieved this year, how you've been successful. And I also want you to think about the holidays that are coming up. We will be out of school for 6 weeks. Just think about how you're going to keep yourself safe, how you're going to be happy. What sort of learning are you going to do through the holidays? Are you going to be doing some physical learning? Are you going to learn new skills maybe? How are you going to keep yourself safe if you're playing out with your friends? All those things we've talked about. I'm wishing you a very, very happy holidays, St Andrews. Let's say our school prayer together. Diolch I ti am I byd. Diolch am ein ffrindiau I gyd. Amen. So all that's left from me now is to say to have a wonderful summer holidays. I'm really looking forward to seeing you back in school, safe and well, in September. And I'm looking forward to finding out about all the things you've been up to and to continuing our learning journey together. Have a lovely summer, everybody. Speak to you soon. Ta bo chi.